while we're talking positive, there was a prevalent journo earlier yesterday, by the time this comes out, who recorded a video saying why we shouldn't be excited for the final series and why it's going to suck. Now, I would argue that that is the most ridiculous thing of all time, because I'm really excited for this final series, Terry.
Like, the fact that the final round is going to dictate 5 spots tells you that this final series is going to be an absolute banger. And I think the whole perception of this is going to be a crap finals is because everyone is just assuming that Melbourne and Penrith are going to make the grand final because the Roosters lost 3 players on the weekend. What's to stop Melbourne losing 3 players in week 1 of the finals?
Big time.
What's to stop Nathan Cleary coming back and, his shoulder's just not up to it, and James Fisher-Harris doing a hamstring, and Dylan Edwards hurting his foot, and Jerome Luai busting his hand? Like, these what ifs, and then all of a sudden that opens the market for Cronulla. Mm-hmm. And then what happens if Cronulla can't get their shit together? Then you've got the Bulldogs. But what happens if the Bulldogs finish 6th? Manly are probably your favourites then. This is like... But yeah, again, people are just saying this because the top 2 teams are the clear 2 best teams in the competition by the length of Flemington. And people were saying that the only hope to stop this was the Sydney Roosters, but they lost Sam Walker, Brandon Smith, and Victor Radley in shocking circumstances. And now it's done and dusted. But just because, it's happened to one, it can happen to all of them. This is going to be a great final series. 5 versus 8 could be any combination of the Bulldogs, the Cowboys, and Manly against any combination of Newcastle, Canberra, St George, and the Dolphins. We don't know who it's going to be yet. We don't know who. Cronulla could be 5th. We just don't know what's going to happen at the moment. So, I'm really looking forward to this finals. Whoever came out with that garbage and isn't excited about it, just hand your resignation in. Piss off.
Exactly right. Rugby league is not for you. I am a little bit more excited about this final series than last year, to be honest. One, because Cronulla are semi-relevant. We should finish 4th and we'll play 2 games. Yeah, we'll probably lose them both, but who cares? Outside the top 4, you got the Bulldogs who have just come off a huge win streak. You got Manly who can beat anyone. Let's not forget that the Cowboys have done some real damage lately. I know they beat Melbourne's B team, but they beat Melbourne. They'll think, why can't we do it again? Even the Dolphins have won. They beat Cronulla at Cronulla. Let's not forget that the Knights can beat anyone. Ponga, arguably the best player in the competition on his day. They're teams that can beat. But inside that top 4, Cronulla have beaten Melbourne in Melbourne with a team less quality than the one they're going to send, likely in round 1 of the finals. The Roosters, okay, if Santa Smith doesn't step up, what do? They move Joey Manu into number 6. They put Connor Watson into 9. They bring White into 13. It's not like they're playing scrubs here. That's still a team that can score 40 points. And on the day that they only concede 38, they can beat either of the big boys. Look, Penrith are fine at the moment, and we all expect them to waltz their way into the grand final. But we've seen them lose in round 1. Yes, they've come back and won. Anything can happen. People that are trashing on this particular final series are just looking for negatives that aren't there. So I flat chat can't wait.
If you want to hate on this final series, go and watch the AFL because the fanfare on that is it doesn't matter how bad the Swans were for about the final 8 weeks of the competition. Everyone is expecting Sydney to win this premiership by 50 points in every game. So if you're not happy about rugby league, go and watch AFL. That's all I'm going to say.